G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's Flip Flap toy review. Different t-shirt today, but it's probably one of my favourites. It's a Soul Caliber, actually it's called Excalibur for a t-shirt like that. And if I turn it on to the other side here, that's what it looks like, same printing. But anyways, without being a bit, I'll just say, without acting like some sort of lunatic, I'm going to grab the webcam here. And we're going to be taking a look at two Flip Flap Origami products. I'm actually going to sit those two products right over there next close to camera here because, well, my camera has seen far better days, and it's a Flip Flap Origami, what's it called, Australian Day 2022 Aboriginal Patriotic Pademelon Wallabies 12 pack. Costs about £10.99 or £11. And we've also got this one here. It's another one of those Australian Day products. It's a red-legged Pademelon Wallabies male patriotic trooping mob 12 pack. Both of these cost about the same price. That's £11 or £10. Yes, £10.99. There you go. That's what they're meant to represent. Australia. And yes, look at that. Look at that wallaby. Basically, a Pademelon's like a smaller wallaby, and it's like quarter the size of a kangaroo and half the size of a regular wallaby, like a redneck wallaby. And that's the other side here. There you go. There's another wallaby here. Looks like there's plenty of Aussie flags. There's also got the Aboriginal flag as well. That's interesting. Bit of an indigenous sort of. It's quite funny. It's like the first time I've never ever seen Aboriginal stuff appearing there. Maybe I should try and, basically make, things like didgeridoos and all that stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and practice. And I've actually noticed that the logo arrangement is actually a bit different though, so you'll find out why once we get everything out from this toy here. There you go. And I've actually noticed, let me try and get the other one out as well. Maybe after looking at this product here. Okay, so what do you get? You get like wallabies. So there's 3 wallabies, which are called Pademelons. Yeah, Pademelon is basically the name of a small wallaby, not a fruit. And this product comes with some. Oh, you can actually make the wallabies hold the flags. Well, maybe not though, eh? Well, you can actually attach them. It's like some sort of item for Lego minifigures. I'm trying to be very careful. I don't want to poke a hole on these toys here, eh? Otherwise, they just look very cheap and nasty. But there you go. They're just nice. They're just a bit of show. Just to pretty much be patriotic, just to represent Australia, or the land down under. I'm not going to do the other roos though, because I'm a bit too lazy. So we've got 3 of these Aboriginal flags. These are meant to represent the indigenous Australians. The black represents the people, the red represents the land, and the yellow represents the sun. Which, in contrary to popularity belief, the sun is actually pretty much the creator of life, or representing positiveness of life. Well, the sunshine can be a bit of an omen whenever you think about it, because, well, the sun can pretty much burn you up to hell. That's what life is like living in Australia, and that's an Aboriginal type hat. As you can see, what's quite strange about these flags is that they've got like a black line. What the frick? Who puts a black line on freaking Aboriginal flags? Crikeys. Okay, so that's pretty weird. There you go, I've got like a red stick instead of a green stick. Okay, looks pretty nice. I mean, would it be fair if I made the Aussie flags with a blue stick? Well, the reason why I'm adding green is something to correlate to the green and gold colorization of Australia. Like in, the golden water and all that stuff, and what Australia is meant to be like, eh? It's quite funny. Some of these flags are this one's pretty weird. I've actually noticed this flag's a little bit larger than these flags here. I think these two are a little bit more, how do you say, in a more accurate sort of size. Whereas the Aboriginal flags, they look quite a bit, well, elongated and large. Well, in my opinion though. But maybe you have your own thoughts here, maybe you can tell me, but they're not too bad. But the flags, yeah, they look quite nice. Anyways, let's take a look at the hats. There you go, here's your green and gold or yellow sort of Qantas logo kangaroo hat. Very, very typical of Australia Day. As you can see, there's an Aussie hat. As you can see, I come from the land down under. I don't think you can see the actual stars. I believe there's some sort of Commonwealth stars. You know, it's quite funny. I can't see any star patternings on the flag hat though for Australia. But I think the flags are sort of, designed to pretty much represent the state, or the fact that, for the fact that, the stars are meant to represent Australia, and not for the fact it's a Commonwealth country, and by including the freaking Union Jack. And let's take a look at Pademelon Wallabies. It's just the same. But anyways, as the other product I might be looking at today, because it actually reminds me of those rhesus monkeys I did back then on that big vlog on Thursday the 21st of January 2021. It was last year actually, eh? Whew, I remember doing that. Quite a big vlog, wasn't it, though, eh? But they're quite nice looking roos, as you can see. Beautiful looking kangaroos, or wallabies, or pademelons, what you're going to call those macropod type marsupials. The macropod type marsupials is what you would define as kangaroo-like. And also, let me just show you why the logos are a bit different though, and maybe it's all due to the fact that, I was just having a look at some other toys. I've actually realised these things take a damn long time to finish. Let's take a look at this one here next. There you go, there's the back of the packaging for that one there. Looks like we've got like different hats. Very similar to the redneck wallaby sort of product, although with that being said, we don't have Joeys because this one's got male pademelons, wallabies, kangaroos, what we're going to call them. These sort of marsupials to come. And the flags! Oh yes! Maybe I need to include a didgeridoo on this set! How about that one, eh? But maybe there is a didgeridoo, how do you say it, theme to it, eh? It's quite funny. Have I got any missing components? Let me just check. Nah! It looks pretty okay. But what we've got is some Aussie flags. I think they're a little bit more better and less shonky than the other product that I did. Luckily enough, it's got the Union Jack, it's got those stars. What do you think? How does that look Aussie? Does it look Aussie to you? I bet it does to me, because it looks like the Australian flag. Australia! I think if you say the word Australia, that's basically Australia, or Oz, which, is basically an abbreviation on how people say Australia. Oh yeah. I believe that's the Commonwealth star, and I believe those other stars are meant to represent the states of Australia. Maybe this could represent the ACT. Who knows? Maybe the ACT isn't really an actual state after all, eh? But yes, they look quite nice. Fairly nice. I bet the Aboriginal flag I actually had a look at, the other product earlier on, might represent the Northern Territory. I think. Well, the Northern Territory is like the Aboriginal capital, I suppose, eh? There's another Aussie flag. Looks like it's got a bit of a... Oh, just got a bit of a haircut there, eh? Because I'm talking quite rampantly fast. A little bit of a bottom left white line there. Bit of an error here, sorry about that. But nevertheless, it looks pretty nice. Very Australian, very Aussie looking, and very nice indeed. Oh yeah, go Aussie, go! And I could have done the Aussie, oi! Oi! Aussie! Oi! Aussie! Oi! Oh wait, Aussie! Oi! Aussie! Oi! Okay. Maybe it's best not to do the chant all over again, because there are people going, oh, but stop doing the Aussie! Chant! Anyways, okay. Got the same kangaroo hat again, like that freaking Qantas hat. Logo thingy. Looks pretty weird. Looks almost quite Christmassy in appearance, though, eh? With that design. But the actual artwork looks very Australian. It's meant to be quite nice. I love the green and gold colorization of yellow as well, too. Very Aussie whenever I think about this design here. Being a kangaroo, of course. Or a koala. I haven't made any products that relate to koalas. Or wombats. Actually, I have made a wombat model before, eh? Oh yes, I like this one here. It's basically a hat designed after the Sydney Harbour Bridge. As you can see, there you go, they've got these two bridge posts. It looks pretty nice. I love that design. Oh, actually they're called trusses. Truss bridge, it looks quite nice. And what's been designed. Oh yes, there's the word Sydney. Hooray! Looks like something out of Finding Nemo, isn't it though, eh? When, Nemo and Marlin arrive in Sydney. Does that say Sydney to me? Oh yes it does, it says Sydney. Lovely artwork and design to represent the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That looks so amazing. That is a fantastic, how do you say it, representation of what the Harbour Bridge looks like in Sydney. Looks pretty nice as a caricature design. And we've also got the same Aussie hat there, but this time we can clearly see, maybe not though, those stars, which are meant to represent the Australian flag. There's the other side of it here. Once again it says Australia, could you never be proud of it, eh? Yes, as we all know, Australia is like the biggest place in the great southern land overall, eh? Whenever I think of it, of course, marvellous. And last but not least, once again, we've got the Sydney Opera House hat. But there's no wording on it, which is a bit, well, that's a bit fine for me, eh? Because we've already got the Harbour Bridge, which looks like that. So what do you think about that Harbour Bridge? It looks pretty nice, eh? Actually, going back to that Sydney Opera House, I could make a replica, like, you know, a paper replica model of the Sydney Opera House one day, if I have some spare time. That sounds pretty, cool, eh? Anyways, let me try and get the rules to get their patrioticness ready for action. Well, let's get those Aussie flags rolling, mates. Here you come. Here you go, looks like the Pademelons. I mean, fun, eh? Maybe you can have one or two flags. Look at that. This is very Australian. I love it. Looks very Australian. If I go towards here, eh? Look at that. That's very Aussie looking. And if I put the flag here, how could you never be this so Aussie looking, eh? How could you never get a bit of Aussie joy? How cool is that? Although it looks quite sloppy on the hat, maybe I would have preferred the Kangaroo Hat. You know, the green and gold one. Oh yeah, reminds me of the Australian-made logo. How cool is that? If I put, oh, crikeys, that hat keeps on falling off. Epic fail, but let's do it again and see if it fits in properly. Fail. Fail, fail, fail. Maybe it won't be, maybe it would, but, yeah. It's funny, those hats are a bit tardy when I try to fit in there, eh, but, that's all I could do, eh. Maybe I could just leave it like that. Maybe the most sloppiest way of wearing a hat. Like that! There you go. How abstract is that? Actually, I might grab the other Pademelon Wallaby and see if I could use the Sydney Harbour Bridge hat and put it on. How does it look? Does that look even more Aussie to you, eh, with that Sydney Harbour Bridge hat? Maybe it's time for you guys to become a little bit more patriotic and add a bit of Aussie joy. Kind of like the 4th of July, if you ask me, eh? And in that Aussie flag, right behind, that Pademelon wearing a Sydney Harbour Bridge hat. Nope. Okay, what about this one here? It's quite funny, the eyes looks like they've gone a bit brown. I could have made them a little bit more whiter, but just, you know, don't worry, it's just watercolour. That's why. But anyways, let's just add the Sydney Opera House hat. Created and designed after by the famous architecturist by the most famous of all iconic buildings, designed by Jordan Utzon. And there you go. There's, actually I could have, there you go, 2 Aussie flags, because you know why? 2 is better than having 1. Good on ya, mate, good on ya. How could you never be this Aussie looking indeed? Look at that. I'm just so proud of my Aussie Day collection, hey, for 2022. How could you never be this Aussie looking? And finally I might go for this one here. See if this guy can become a bit more patriotic and make Australia great again. Okay. I know everyone hears about America getting great again, but what about Australia? How about Australia getting proud again? Or great again, actually? Yes. Looks pretty awesome. It looks fairly nice looking at this photo, eh? Oh yeah, go Aussie, go! Remove that old Aussie flag. Oh no! He's taking a dive! And he's lost his hat! Crikeys! You know what? I think whenever I see something about anything to do with Australia, there seems to be a lot of euphoria going on here, isn't it? Oh yeah! Anyways, let's go ahead and remove these key components because I got a funny feeling they're quite great for the kids who are interested into Australia. Suppose there might be some sort of error with the logos I did though, eh? You know, whenever I do green and yellow to represent Australia, but nevertheless it looks totally and utterly fun. And strangely enough, with the camera facing towards the bathroom, I can see the white dunny again. Thank goodness me, I haven't missed a whole skillet making this whole video, eh? Funny enough, I do love a bit of Aussie slang. Fancy that. So anyways, hope you have a very happy Aussie Day on the 26th of January, and if you really enjoyed in this very interesting video, with that very weird dunny in the background, as always, as per usual, please give this video a like, subscribe for more Flip Flap videos in the future, and as I'm off before, I'm going to be ending up with some sort of night before the tucker time. Obviously, I don't know if I'm going to have... Actually, I don't need tucker, because I've already had my tucker for dinner. Bush tucker for dinner, actually. So anyways, hope you really enjoyed in this very rad video about Australia Day, which is pretty much the time when the Brits actually dumped their prisoners to Australia, which is like the most explicit thing I've heard. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye for now, mates!